get it on. Forget the loss, the money, we're in this together and through it all. They said that nothing's forever, and they refuse to see the change in me. Why won't they wake up?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time yet again. Hello, I am Thomas900, aka the Expoder, and you are tuning in to the next installment of the League of Legends Rotation Roundup. Booyah, where we tell you all the big news, small news, any news about the champions of the week, as well as brand new shit happening. So let's get on with it. Yeah. And as we usually do, folks, we kick off the show with the champions you could be playing as this week. Okay, hold on to your bonnets, because this is about to take you back in time. Well, maybe not. But anyway, here's what we got this week. We have ChoGath, Rise, Teemo, Vigor, Zilean, Nidalee, Gragas, Shen, Skarner, 3 this week, and Urgot. Whoop! Now, champions I'm happy to see this week, Teemo, because I love Teemo. I'm happy to see Nidalee because she is a very great hybrid, so if you do get to play Nidalee this week, try her out as a hybrid. I bet you any money you'll love her. I love Gragas, and if you want to play Gragas, you can either play as him as a tank or an AP, but by all means, experiment with Gragas, you'll love him. Shen, he's a very awesome tank, save your ass ninja. Urgot, the range DPS of bad arsery, try him out. And obviously Skarner, the newest champion to hit League of Legends, apart from Talon, which I'll get onto in a second, and he's free this week. I'm going to go into more detail of Skarner later on because there are a few things I want to bring up, but those are the champions of this week. If you're particularly happy to see any particular champion of this week, let your voice be heard in the comment section below. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, a new champion has appeared, and his name is Talon, the Blade's Shadow. Now, if you haven't checked out the champion spotlight for Talon yet, I strongly recommend looking at his champion spotlight. Even if you're not thinking of getting Talon straight away, or even getting Talon at all, you definitely want to see this champion spotlight to know what you could potentially be going against or playing with, and so it'll be good for you to then see how you can support this character, how you can defend this character, how you can help attack with this character, or if you're on the enemy team, how you can prevent this character from getting carries, how can you prevent this character from being incredibly dominant on the battlefield. So check out the champion spotlight, and by all means, what do you guys think about Talon? Let me know for this week before the 3 weeks starts. What do you guys think about Talon? I'll bring it up next week. So if you have anything about Talon, put it in the comment section below, and enjoy him this week. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I have to ask you another question this week. Now, last week I asked you guys the question about global ultimates, mainly Twisted Fate's ultimate and Pantheon's ultimate being changed so that now they have a restricted radius and they can't go to wherever they want on the map. And from what I've seen, most of you guys, I've also been talking to people on Skype, and most of you guys think that it isn't a bad decision, but it just kind of cripples them because that was their thing. You know, it was their thing. So if you still have a point about that, keep posting up. But I've got another question for you this week. And this week's question is a little bit more of a serious one, in my personal opinion. This week's question is simple. What are your thoughts on Dominion? And I want to know your thoughts on Dominion for a very special reason, because I'm planning on making a video especially for Dominion, which will be coming out soon and will bring forward our views on Dominion as well. So what are your thoughts on League of Legends Dominion? Do you think it's a good idea, bad idea? Are you interested in it? Are you not interested in it? Let me know, because your points will be brought across in that special video I will bring out at a later time. So if you have your views, post in the comments below. You should know the drill by now. Whoop! So, ladies and gentlemen, it is that moment yet again. It is time for the Champion Lowdown. We have a look at the champions of the week and share with you some handy tips that might help you either epic win or, well, save your ass. Who knows? So, let's start this week 59 list off with ChoGath, the Terror of the Void. Oh, I love ChoGath, I really do. ChoGath can be a really dominant tank or an incredibly dominant AP, or as someone actually showed me in a game this week, he can actually be a really good DPS an AD ChoGath. If you have a chance, try out AD ChoGath. It's actually hilariously awesome. But only do it if you're willing to potentially die a few times. ChoGath is incredibly dominant. His abilities can be incredibly powerful, especially his Rupture, which is a knock-up, and his Omnom, which also, once he gets 6 stacks, he becomes the imitation Godzilla, as I like to call him. He's absolutely huge and he has a buttload of health. So expect ChoGaths to get health and to get AP, however ChoGaths can also go tank. So be careful, because ChoGaths can actually be a little bit diverse in their own right, but will mostly either go one way or the other, so be careful about how you look at their ChoGaths. Then let's go over to Rise, the Rogue Mage. Now, it's good to see Rise this week, one of the original champs. Rise is actually a very formidable mage. A very formidable mage indeed. His ultimate boosts his effectiveness on everything. Literally, he boosts his effectiveness on everything, giving him a buttload of ability power, thus making it so that all his abilities are great. His bouncy ball, which I like to call it, will bounce to multiple enemies. The more it bounces, the more damage it will do. And then his red ball, which is necessarily his nuke, takes a big chunk of health out of yours. So be incredibly careful of Rise. He can actually nuke you to smithereens, and be careful as well, he does have a formidable snare. That's Rise for you. Oh yeah, be careful. Now let's move on to Teemo, the Swift Scout. Well, I have to admit, my favourite champion of this week. Not gonna lie, just because it's Teemo. Now this happy Yawl looks like he can't possibly do that much damage. Oh yes he can. He can either go DPS, he can either go AP, or in my personal opinion, he's best as hybrid. Build Teemo hybrid, he is insane. His poison does a buttload of damage. His blind will just keep blinding all the heavy DPSs on the enemy team. And as well as this, his move quick just makes him move incredibly quick. So there you go, really. The key with Teemo is you want to focus your poison. But if you're focusing your poison, you want to make sure you have AP to make it so that your poison is more formidable. Keep that in mind if you're playing as Teemo this week. And also, beware of the shrooms! Little tip. Let's go to Vigor, the Tiny Master of Evil. Is that a short joke? Yeah, I'm going to do that every time Vigor's available. So, Vigor, I love Vigor. Who doesn't? Vigor's the anti-mage, so anyone playing as Rise, be careful, because Vigor's on the loose. Vigor has a very unique combination where he'll stun you using his gate, as I like to call it. He'll stun you, use his, I think it's Meteor Smash, I can't remember what the name is, when he launches Meteor from the sky, hails it down on top of you and does a buttload of damage, then uses his Q to nuke you, and if that doesn't kill you, he then uses ultimate, especially if you're a mage, to do a crap load of damage, because his ultimate puts into consideration his ability power and your ability power. So if you're not ready for someone like Vigor, be careful. Psst, Actresses works. Just let me know. And so, let's go over to Zilean, the Chrono Keeper. Keeper of Time! Gotta love Zilean. Now with Zilean, the only thing I can really say about Zilean is be very careful in a team fight with him. When it comes to Zilean in team fights, he can bring anyone back to life with his ulti, and I mean anyone back to life. And so he can either bring the tank back to life so that the tank can be incredibly more tanky, or in most cases he'll bring back to life the DPSer. And what this will mean is, like for example, if there's a Xin Zhao on the enemy team kicking your butt, and there's a Zilean on the enemy team as well, if you focus down the Zilean if you focus down the Xin Zhao and the Xin Zhao dies, Zilean will come out of nowhere and absolutely bring him back to life. Meaning if you're on low health and Xin Zhao comes back with full health, you better run for your life unless you're willing to take him down again. So be careful, Zilean can pretty much reverse the roles if he knows how he's doing this, so be careful. Now let's go over to Nidalee, the Bestial Huntress. Now, this is my personal pick of the week. Not gonna lie, this is my personal pick of the week if you love hybrids, or any AP champs for this matter. Nidalee is a very dominant AP hybrid champion. Many people tend to go AP with her because it's a safe bet, but I would particularly like to build a hybrid for this matter. If you want to build a hybrid, here's some recommended items for you. For recommended items, I would get Tear of a Goddess as soon as you can, for all the regen you need. And then once you got that, you want your Rage Blade and your Gun Blade. You want to finish off the Tear of a Goddess into an Archangel's, and then get Lich Bane. Boom! Ton of damage. There you go. Try that out. Let me know how it goes. I bet you only one of you do really well. But Nidalee is a very great champion to learn. Be careful of her Cougar form, because her Cougar form gives her buttloads of new abilities, and it also makes it so that she can be incredibly hard to catch up with if you're trying to chase her. So be careful of the Nid, and especially if she's in mid. Keep that in mind. Now to Gragas, the Rabble Rouser. If you're buying, I'm in! Oh, I love Gragas. Now Gragas can either go tank or AP. He's very formidable AP, and if he is going AP, and he starts with his Q will nuke you for a buttload. But keep this in mind, he'll mostly use his Q behind you. You'll see him use his Q and do a barrel roll towards you, but then that barrel will go behind you, thinking that you're going to run away from it. So if you're going to run away from a barrel, in fact you're actually walking towards it, he'll detonate it and then you'll still get damage. The thing you want to do is you either want to stay still, or you want to either, instead of moving forward or back, move to the sides, because it's very hard to try and catch him off guard. But if you can catch Gragas off guard with his Q, he's wasting his mana all day, and you're dodging his abilities, so it's all good in the hood. But be careful, he can bring his mana back with his W. His W does give him mana regen abilities, and also damage reduction. So be careful, Gragas can be very formidable. And speaking of saving your ass, well, here's the save your ass ninja, Shen, the Eye of Twilight. Why is he the Eye of Twilight? Because he sees all and saves all, because he is the save your ass ninja. Now, I don't know why, but recently I've seen a buttload of Shens rush Warmogs. Now, normally I don't have a complaint about this, but Shen is a tank. Meaning, if you're going to give Warmogs to a Shen, you better be tanking as well. Because Warmogs, if you don't play right, can take a very long while to get, so be careful. Shen is the save your ass ninja because of his ultimate, which gives anyone on the battlefield a shield for a short period of time, and also as well as that transports Shen to their location, so that he can save the day even more. As well as this, his Shen can also be use this in an offensive way, so for example, if someone's backdooring, he can ulti towards them and make sure they are fully protected. Keep that in mind with Shen, he can be here, there, and pretty much everywhere. And let's go to the newest champion, Skarner, the Crystal Vanguard. Now, I did want to say something serious about Skarner for a second. If you're going to play Skarner offensively, I would strongly recommend hybrid building. And if you are going to build him offensively, and if you are jungling, you want Smite and Flash, as I would recommend. If you're going to lane, get Exhaust and Ghost. Try that out, let me know how it goes. But Skarner is an incredibly powerful hybrid, and if he's built well, he will suppress you to the ground with his slows, and keep slowing you again, pretty much making it so that you can't run away. And his ulti, which pins you down and gives him the ability to drag you anywhere. Basically, if you're hiding near a turret, he can drag you out of it, or if you're nearing where Skarner is, well, around Skarner's turret, be careful, because Skarner can activate his W, run towards you, ulti you, and then reel you back in to the tower, and you end up dead. So be very careful about Skarner. Very underestimated champion, very hard to get used to in my opinion, but once you get used to him, very good. Try him out. And let's go to Urgot, the last one of this week. Now Urgot, I think everyone has seen Urgot at least once. He is a very formidable DPS range. He can kick everyone's ass. And yes, I said DPS, not AP. He is not an AP champion, for friggin' sake. He is not AP, he's DPS. Ugh. Just be very careful though, because if you give Sheen to Urgot, his Q apparently does not proc the Sheen. So if you do want to test this out, by all means give him Sheen, see if it works on him. But do keep in mind, apparently the Q does not give him the proc. So if you do want to try him out, keep that in mind and let me know if that actually works or not, because I'm very interested to see if that's a glitch and whether that should actually get fixed. So those were champions of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoy them. Let me know how you do. And of course, if I missed anything out or if you have anything that can help anyone this week, keep your comments coming in the comment section below. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to speed through this one because I'm getting very close to the near ending of this video. Thank you very much for joining in, and I will see you guys next time. Keep subscribed, by the way, because I will have a big thing about Dominion coming up soon, and as well as that, some brand new content should be coming up on the channel at a later date. I hope you have liked it this week. Comment below on anything you've seen today, and I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye, Summoners!